thought maybe we could save it and just hone it out good. Well, did a little more honing and got it in the old dishwasher, and that spot there is seriously deep. A lot deeper than I'm comfortable sticking a piston back in. Well, depends if I'm comfortable or not, depends how good this old crate looks. So we're gonna tear this 5.3 down, which is the same block, so if the block's good, we can always make this a 4.8. We're gonna tear this down, see what it's looking like. We're gonna take pieces in here and there, and we're gonna try to make one that kind of runs somewhat. So let's get into that. Should see if the, I have no idea if this motor even turns over. So
this is, let's just look at the beautiness of this motor.
Yeah, it's fairly clean.
Where did you find it?
This one came from the junkyard.
Junkyard.
From a wrecked truck. So it should be good. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I think we can straighten this out. This should be fine.
Ooh.
I think. If you can see from this side, it's nice and straight yet.
Yeah, that's what you want your pulleys to look like. Nice.
So,
quality parts we're working with.
We're gonna need a little JB weld for the intake because
we can patch that. That's
probably
hot glue.
JB quick.
Yeah.
Some cardboard, patch it over. All right, let's pop the belt off, see what kind of spinach we got going on, if we have any.
I think we need to talk to our parts provider about this motor.
Might have to.
The quality is a little.
All right, let's see. Oh,
it's spinning.
Might have some compression actually. I think it's just scraping the rust out of the cylinder walls. It's kind of going against there, so we'll go the other way around. How far will it go this way? It kind of gets tight there too, so maybe it's like this one where we got some rust in the cylinder walls, but it's turning a lot better than the 4.8 was originally. So we might have, it's definitely got half decent compression on in some of the cylinders. So
well, that's something.
Let's
it moves.
Bolt her up to the engine stand and explode it apart. Flywheel turner acquired, or in this case, flex plate. Let's see how tight it really is. If I can. Yeah, it's
pretty tight.
It's fairly locked. Let's go the other way. Maybe we can get to it the other way.
I hear compression.
Yeah, compression's happening.
That's a good sign. How many miles does this thing have on?
This one was unknown. There was no tire.
Unknown mileage. So this one, we won't really know what we're getting into.
It stops about that far from being able to get to the bolt. That's wonderful.
Nice.
So, you probably could take the oil pan off and get in there to it maybe. Then we can...
Should we jackanize on it and then yank the oil pan off, make a real mess?
We're going to spin the oil plug out so we can pull the oil pan. I've never seen the oil in this, so you're about to find out with me for the first time what it looks like. If there's oil. Oh, that's watery.
It's a little watery, but...
It almost looks like antifreeze, honestly.
That doesn't look so hot. That sort of looks like that sauce you get at the Chinese restaurant.
Worcestershire. It smells like oil.
Smells like oil, so...
I mean, it seems like there actually might have been full of oil, so that might have saved us if it wasn't...
If it actually had some oil in.
If they drained it and then it filled up with water, it's going to be ruined, but it seems like it's full of oil yet, so...
At least it won't be ruined.
No, it won't be ruined.
Nice. Well, that's, I guess, a good sign so far.
Yeah, and now we wait. We should have just broke this motor loose and slapped it in. I don't even know if we should pull it apart. We'll look at the bottom end when we pull the oil pan off. Maybe we'll just...
I'm thinking it's going to have to come apart.
I don't think so. You know, if we could have got that one loose and running, we would have never known that there was a giant rust hole in it. It would have just ran fine. So if you don't look, it's going to be as good as you think it is.
So that was our problem with the last one. We looked at it too much.
See, to be a true LS guy, you really don't want to dig too deep. You just want to get one. As long as it turns over, you just hook fuel up, get her to fire, and just send it. You don't look into it.
Okay.
That's where the problems happen.
Take your word for that, I guess.
Yep.
Especially when they look like this. You probably just don't want to see what's inside of there.
Well, we can start buzzing the oil pan off while this thing is... I got it. I think that might have been the wrong side socket. It still worked.
Were you a lube tech in your previous life?
Oh, I think that's all of them, actually. That is all of them. Surprised it didn't fall and hit me in the head.
That thing's gonna need... Oh, that can't... I don't know. Honestly.
Oh, there was some water. That looks like antifreeze. That is green.
Maybe some signs of foul play.
Maybe some antifreeze in the... Maybe the head gaskets were
But so far,
seeping it in.
it's looking maybe promising.
I don't see metal.
I don't see
I
rods,
don't see chunks
pistons.
of rods. Yeah. The oil, it's all up in there
This
nice.
isn't all rust. You had oil sitting in it. So.
Yeah, timing chain looks nice and clean, so...
There's a timing chain.
That is a plus.
Thing ready to come off or what?
Yep, we got this thing up on the engine stand, got the bolts in the back. It's pretty heavy duty, portable freight stand.
I see that. Yeah, that's not sketchy at all.
Blow the valve covers off, got to pull the intake off just to give us some reaching room.
Kind of, it's like
bolts.
opening a Christmas present. You never know what's inside.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a lump of coal for all we know.
Probably.
Well, that came off easier than expected.
Oh, I see. That was just chilling in there.
Oh, that's good. What do we got?
This
piece of wire?
This is what you want to see in your.
Oh, that's not what we want.
There's ice.
That is not fantastic.
Ice is never good in an engine.
Nice. Check out this one. This one's got it. Wonder if I can pull that whole piece out.
Wow.
It's way down in there. Look at all that ice. That could be why it wasn't spinning over. So
True
maybe
that.
If we get a torch in there.
Could have just been hitting the ice.
It might spin around easy. Let's pull the valve covers off first.
Pull the valve covers.
Where's my impacticizer at? Here
Let's
we go. Get rid of these coil brackets.
looking pretty dirty.
Need a pressure washer or something. How many bolts are holding this thing on? My goodness. You only need like 2. There's more. There we go. Alright, don't leave that. Those are 8, so let's pull this coil bracket off as well. Line. Got a nice box of bolts. That thing is supposed to be
I don't think that's
fixed. I think it's broken actually. Oh, maybe not. I thought it cracked it open, but I think we're good.
All right.
8.
See what happens in here.
Oh, didn't come off. That was very cinematic. Ta-da!
Oh,
very nice.
that is
Very nice.
way better than the other motor.
This thing probably only had 20,000 miles on it. They must actually change the oil.
That's like someone changed the oil in it.
I'm impressed. And there's no like valves that are sticking upside down and pieces in there.
It's amazing.
Beautimous. Let's check the other side.
That's promising. Then again, that's not where the water would be
That
sitting.
is true.
So, don't get our hopes up. That side is significantly darker
That
color.
side is much darker. Maybe if there was some antifreeze leaking in the oil, if it got on this side more or something.
Maybe,
Yeah. Doesn't taste like antifreeze, so I think we're good.
what does it taste like exactly?
530, I think.
Think someone ran 530 in it.
Might need to taste some 1030 and see. Maybe it's actually 1030.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Well.
Are we gonna pull a head off, or what's?
I'm not sure what the plan is.
Should we
at the
just heat it
moment.
up and see if it turns over first, or?
Well, it's turning over, and I see this valve full of ice trying to move. So I'm thinking we heat it up and then see if it'll spin over.
Okay.
Let's see if we can find some torch action. Well, we need to get this ice out of here, so we're gonna vacuumize all that garbage out of there. We got a nice screw, got a nice, pretty sweet little drywall screw here. Hang on to that. Look at that. As they say, satisfying. Whee!
That thing sucks.
A lot of mud in this thing. I wonder if this guy was off-roading.
Yeah, I don't know where how that even happened.
Need to suck some of the mud out of the...
That thing looks a little caked.
Yeah, we're gonna have to blow that out good to get it to work again. Even got this sensor. I think your other motor, this sensor was broken off. So
Yeah, I think we need that one.
Sensor. I think that's what it is. Alright, now we get an air gun and blow some of that ice out of there.
10-4.
You can unplug that.
That's how you turn your vacuum off.
Yeah. Says right on it, do not turn off.
Yeah.
You must plug it in.
It does say that.
We couldn't find an air gun to clean this out, so we're going to need to find another way.
No airline here.
So,
I don't know.
We'll just have to. I don't know.
Oh no. Shoo!
Oh, I got some of it out. We might
A lot of it hit my face.
feel like it about blasted my hand open with ice.
Ouch! That hurt.
Maybe we'll have to dig around some more and find an air gun.
That might be smarter. Wow.
After our last experience, have a lot of pain in my hand, a lot of stuff hitting us in the face. We geared up. We're gonna do this the right way. That one's clean now. What about this one? I can't really see in there. I need a light. It's clean. Safety equipment did its job. I took all my safety equipment off.
Yummy.
Looks like a good night after Taco Bell.
Hit.
That one was a little moist.
That's not really what you want to see, is it?
Not so much.
Generally just pretty full of debris.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in there. Well, it looks like we got to fire up the shop vac again, the way that looks.
There's a lot of sludge in there. Wow. All right. Time for the Hoover.
Well, we got all of the Taco Bell and ice and mud, and I believe there's a few rocks in there as well, out of the intake ports.
Most of it.
Most of it. There's a fair amount in there. We're going to spin the plugs out now. We might bore scope it a little bit, but we really don't want to see what it looks like. Then we'll see if we can get a full rotation out of it. If it spins nice, maybe we'll bore scope it, and if everything looks good, we're just going to put it back together. We're not even going to look at anything else. We're going to put our fancy oil pan on. Maybe we'll get to see if it runs. You never know. We might wait till it's in the car, but...
Should probably find out if this is a 5.3 or a 4.8, because we still don't know that for sure.
We'll spin it over when we go to put the oil pan on, and we'll look in there, see if we can find some number digits in there and
hieroglyphics.
do some research. Spark plug.
That's
looks pretty good. We'll reuse that one.
That's AC Delco. That's a good sign.
Yeah, and they're not blowing black stuff. When you get black stuff up in here on the plug, it means that it's blowing a little out, and it's time to change them. Oh, there's water puking out of that one.
That's what you want to see. Not.
That's quality. Spark plug looks good though, so. Where's that air hose at?
At least it's clearish water and not brown water.
Yeah, that's a good sign. I'm more worried about the whole the water in there becoming a solid and expansionizing.
Tends to do that, doesn't it?
Tends to make large cracks in your cylinder walls, which is not a great thing.
Especially since we just kind of came through winter.
Yeah, and my 5.0 block had water in it, and it opened up the block a little bit, so that's not good.
Cross your
That
toes.
spark plug looks great. Look at that. All right, good stuff.
That's
We'll use that one.
We'll be using that one.
Good. I think that one had some water in it as well. Yep, it's running out.
Got some juice.
Let's de-juice that real quick with a little.
Ooh,
Oh, that's some chunky stuff. Spectacular. Quality. It also looks good. So, oh, that's a double iridium Bosch.
Oh no.
Someone's mixing and matching.
We got. It's foul play.
I suspect foul play.
What are you seeing in there?
I'm not seeing a whole lot, but so far it's looking pretty fairly good.
Pretty fairly good.
Yeah.
It was sitting full of water, so my hopes are not high.
I got high hopes. Here we go.
What kind of high? Oh! We had some. Oh.
Ow!
What did
I
you.
sprung a leak.
Everything's leaking. Brant's
Things
leaking.
are about to be leaking.
Motor's squirting water out.
Alright, let's see if we can do
It
this.
has compression just to be able to squirt that far.
Yeah.
What about this side? That's turning. Is that a full rotation?
That's like 2 full rotations. This motor is
That's-
mint.
That
You
is.
don't even need to look in there. Look at that guy's on the tractor. He is ripping.
That dude's just out for a rip.
But the car behind it's better yet.
Oh.
That is a race car.
Unit alert.
Whoop whoop. We need to get ourselves one of those.
Squirrel. Alright.
Alright. So, let's flip it over and see if we can figure out what the lee trace of this engine is. If it's a 5-point trace or if it is a 4-point
So we got-
grate.
We got rotation. We got compression. What else do you really need?
Another one of these.
Another one of them?
And a little bit of fuelage in the ports.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more cleaning in the ports as well. Beautiful.
Well, something.
Exhaust may or may not hit the stand a little bit.
Well,
May
you
have
know
to
what
go
you
over
do?
the other direction.
You go the other direction.
You don't need
What was
all
that?
your bolts that were laying on
Stuff's
top of
falling.
your engine.
Well, that one's about to go in the intake. I don't know where that one even came from. That wasn't part of this motor.
Okay, we're losing
There's
bolts.
bolts coming from all kinds of places.
What are we working with here?
We got a dipstick. That's good.
Something tells me that's the rear.
How do you know that?
Just a hunch. Well, this is another moment of what will we see when this comes off. Stay tuned.
We're getting into the box here. About to find out.
What we're
The
dealing
news.
with here, huh?
We're about to find out what we're about to find out. Here goes nothing. Ta-da!
Hey, honestly,
Ain't looking too shabby.
not looking too bad.
Take a little peek-see at the cam and see what the camage looks like. Oh, those cylinder walls are beautiful. Look at that crosshatch. This motor, oh, that one has, don't look at that one. As we learned from the last teardown, the rear cylinders are usually the worst. So you don't want to look at those. You want to look at these front ones. But look at that crosshatch on there yet. You probably can't see that on the
Looking
vidya.
fairly clean, surprisingly.
Surprisingly, it's.
Must
I'm
not-
liking what I'm seeing.
Must not have sat full of water as long as the other one did.
Definitely not. This thing's nice and clean, unlike the rusted together lump that is that engine.
Can we do a little rotation?
Let's see if we can get some rotation out of it. See what we're looking like.
Okay.
Not seeing anything I don't like yet. That back one
that back one's
real
looking
nice.
looking nice.
Very fresh, and this one.
So far, not too many signs of foul
This one's
play.
probably the worst one. It's got a little bit of rust on the walls, but that'll clean up with some runtime.
High RPM spinning will clean that right up.
Oh yeah. So, let's see what numbers we got on this
try to
crankage here and
figure
do some
out-
calculations.
Figure out the cubes.
I see a 048, so I don't know if that means 48 or what. So we'll pull out the old Google. We'll do a little researchionizing and we'll get right back to you. We did a little Googleizing. Talk to the
Guggenization.
All right. If you have a crank casting with numbers ending in 216, it is a 5.3. We got a 216 right there. Well, you probably can't see that. There you go.
Nice.
Last three are 216. So this is a 5.3.
Scores.
So we're about to make some power. This thing looks beautiful. I think
we're in business.
based off of our calculations we've made looking at this, we're just gonna leave it alone. We're gonna throw the oil pan on, put our nice intake on, clean it up a little bit. We got about 8 broken off exhaust manifold bolts over here.
Yeah, that's gonna
We
be a
got one
job.
little problem here where we got some crackage.
It does have
We got
a
some
little bit
crackage going on.
of crack coming out of there.
So hopefully that's not down into any important passageways such as the ice cube juice passage. See if we can tap that out to like a big old bolt. See if we can get these things out.
Maybe that. Maybe.
Maybe we might deal with that. And I think we'll be in business.
Might have a motor.
Pontiac shall run soon. We didn't even need the rock auto parts that we got. Gasket set, don't need it. But we will keep it because this one might not last terribly long. Lunchtime, boys. Alright, we went and got ourselves some lunch. Feeling a little famished, so we got some pizza in our bellies.
What are you riding in the back of? You look like you're kind of stuffed
I'm
back in there.
We got a race car here. We got a real race car. So this here is Burnell's old Pontiac. This thing's got a 5.3. Originally it had a 6.0. Had a little freshen up. Didn't hold together. So this thing's got a 400,000+ mile 5.3 in it now. Didn't touch the bottom end, just shoved it in there. We're running what, 10 pounds of boost? 12 pounds of boost
12
currently.
pounds.
The thing has been holding strong. So we're gonna do a little cruise around in this thing and see how she does.
So far,
You'll probably see more of this car in the future when we get down to Cecil County and do some drag strip stuff. We'll probably do some racing together.
so far just cruising. I mean, it's like a stock car. I mean,
It's got
pretty
that
comfy.
stock suspensions kind of float to it. It's real nice.
it's got the holley running the deal here, and I got heat blowing on my legs. Now let's see if we can blow some heat elsewhere.
Well, I wasn't too happy about something. It was running a little funky there on that little dig we did. But you'll have that. 10 pounds. Now she's chooching. That was 55 right there.
Breaking up a little bit.
Turned off the water injection meth thing and it seemed to run a little better there.
I mean, maybe it's hooked better, but it felt faster. Yeah, it's definitely better.
Got the fancy valvage. More fancy valvage. Big old downpipe. gonna give us a little bit of that pop, pop, two-step action. A little bit of poof, poof. What's going on in here? Clicking buttons on the screen.
Time to turn it up a little bit.
Turn it up, he says. All right, that's what's up. We're gonna put some boost in this sucker and see what you can really do. If it's breaking up a little bit, the goal is to just turn it up. Just hit that up button a bunch of times. It'll either clear itself up and run really good, or you'll be picking up rods. Either way, it's gonna be a fun time.
Boost always fixes misfires.
Yeah.
It's always the smart thing to do is to turn the boost up.
Yep, just turn it up.
More pounds than it was.
He was saying it was 9 plus 10 pounds, so more than it was. Let's do this.
You set up a rolling anti-lay. Yeah, just use that. Oh yeah.
There was a little bit of boosting going on.
Felt like more boost.
15 pounds.
Starting to eat.
Well, we're back from our lunch break here. Went out and tested out the old LS swap Pontiac. Turned up the boost, had some fun. So it gave us a little bit of motivation to get this sucker into John's Pontiac here. So we have our fancy Chinese oil pan that is correctly.
Cheapest one on eBay.
Yep.
In case you were wondering.
That's where you get them. Got that thing tightened up. Got a little rag where the oil filter goes. Bottom end look good. Right now I'm just going to get rid of all the unnecessary accessories, get rid of this bend up garbage.
Fan's a little busted.
Yeah, might need to go home and break out the head wrench and get rid of that thing.
The head wrench, yes.
Yes, and we're going to put the top end back together a little bit, put the valve covers on, so let's get into that.
That thing's a little cooked. Kind of jammed full of dirt. I don't know what was the story with this motor, how it got so much dirt in it, but someone must have.
Yikes.
There goes that.
I think the story might have been that this Chevy frame that we found in the junkyard, there is a possibility I found the frame upside down with the motor in the dirt.
Makes a lot of sense now.
You know, it's a good motor. You don't got to worry about it. It'll be fine. All right.
If you need good parts, call Brant. He's good at finding good parts.
I'll hook you up. Well, we got a bunch of the accessories stripped off. Got this exhaust manifold off. Surprisingly, not a single one of the bolts broken off. This one was broke before, so that's got to come out. The rest turned right out. Now, sadly, well, this fan's broken, plus we're running electric fans. We do not have an head wrench here today, so we're going to have to settle for this Matco fan clutch remover tool. So I guess it'll have to do for today. Let's see if I can hold this tight enough to see, one smack with the head wrench and that thing would have been spinning. We're sitting here hammering away.
This can't beat head
You
wrenches.
just can't beat the head wrench. There we go. Don't need that where we're going.
10-4.
We got most of the stuff pretty much ready for the car for this thing. We got about a few. This side, every single one of the exhaust manifold bolts are broken off. Except for this one, which looks to be drilled and broken and all messed up already. So maybe that one won't get one. What was that?
Got a little spicy.
I think your brake cleaner in there decided to ignite. I no longer have any hair on my finger. Any of my fingers, to be precise. How are your eyes feeling over there?
I think I got the sand in them, but other than that, they're pretty good.
Good. Good. Think it's gonna turn out?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I think it'll turn out. Beautiful.
Yep.
That's a good job you did.
Okay.
Yep. That thing is smells good.
It's chooching.
Make sure you breathe that in. It just smells delicious. Waft it in.
See, this one will come out. That one might.
We're having better luck with that one.
Let's do all the easy ones first.
That one's gonna be the fun one. That one's coming out.
Very nice.
Nice.
That's what? 2 out of 5?
2 out of 5.
Not great odds so far.
That's progress, you know.
Hey, it's better than nothing, I guess.
How did that work for you, Brad?
I'm not having fun. This is not a fun time. Why are you covering your eyes?